Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to my channel, Georgia Girl Everyone Wellness and more. I'll be on in a few minutes and I'll be sharing about uh, IBS and how stress affects this disorder. Hey, Cray Cray, how are you doing? Good to see you. I'm going to be on in a few minutes. Give me a few minutes. Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm your host, Georgia Girl. Today is Wellness Wednesday, and I'll be sharing about IBS, and I'll be talking about how stress affects the disorder. I will be speaking on IBS because of my real life experiences. I also have these shirts in my boutique. April is IBS Awareness Month. If you're coming in, please be respectful in the chat. Anything that I share today is for educational, entertainment purposes only. I'm not a doctor or a nurse. I only share and read about things that I have experienced in my own real life. You can also do your own research. You always talk to your doctor about your health situations. But it's good to get second opinions about anything that you're dealing with. So I will be getting into my commentary. If you're coming in, please be respectful in the chat just in case I can't see everyone in the chat. I'm speaking now. Flowers are for everyone. Over here, we believe in giving out flowers. We believe in giving you your, take that down. We believe in giving you your flowers while you're over here on my channel. Hey, Six Bowls, how are you doing? Good to see you too. This is a beautiful day. Glad to back at it. I see that throat is clearing up. Yeah, girl, it had came a long way. You hear me? It has came a long way. What is that? You check out Centers yet? Who is that? You probably just stopped in the wrong chat. Welcome in, everybody. Today is Wellness Wednesday. Over here on Wellness Wednesday, I'll be sharing things about health and wellness. Today, I'll be talking about stress and IBS. And if you've been following me while I've been on YouTube, you know that I do share information, but I'm not here to diagnose no one. I'm not here to tell no one what to do with their health. I only share and I relate to my real life experience. If you're coming in, please give me a thumbs up. I'm not begging. I just only ask because I am a YouTube creator. And I just want my content to stay in the algorithm. Welcome in, Amari, welcome. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful spring weather. It is beautiful outside. The question is, how many of y'all know what IBS is? In order to talk about something like that, you have to know or have experienced it. Uh, do anybody know what IBS is? Or we're talking about gut health today. And yes, I'm feeling much better. The last few weeks was rough. My throat finally getting back to my normal voice. Hey, welcome in, everybody. Please be respectful in the chat. I don't mind people being in the chat, but if you coming in being disrespectful, I will have to get rid of you, or either a mod will. Over here, I give people chances to hang in the chat, but whenever you come in my chat, please acknowledge me because I am the host. Or when you come to someone's house, you don't just walk in their house. You knock on their door and they invite you in, or either they might not want you to come in. Over here, you're welcome to come in. But Be respectful. Yes, irritable bowel syndrome and six bowl. You have heard me talk about this for years. This is just commentary for me. I do awareness yearly, monthly, and I also have the shirts to go with the awareness. Yesterday I did but was it autism awareness. If you missed that live, you need to check that out. I had a guest over, Young Riz. He shared some things about autism. I have those shirts available, and I have these shirts available. And if you want anything made, let me know. And six bowls, I'm down to 100 and some hours, girl. Woo! I'm down to 100 and some hours. So I'm gonna see how this week gonna turn out when all the results come in. By the end of the week, I know where I'm at. But when I looked at my thing this morning, they saying that I'm 159 away. Woo! So I'll see what the results will be. You two still have the final call, so I'm just gonna wait and see. Once y'all see that dollar sign down there, and I see it, I know I'm there. But until then, I'm gonna keep on rolling. Hey, welcome in. That's right. Hey, Neil Taylor, how you doing, sis? Good to see you. Today we're talking about some wellness. We're talking about stress and IBS. April has a lot of awareness. So far, I've already have shared some information about stress, and I also have shared some information about autism. Today, I'm sharing about IBS. I can share about this because this is what I have dealt with for years. Is anybody in the chat dealing with IBS? Is anybody in the chat dealing with IBS? This is a disorder that people don't like to talk about because it has something to do with your bowel and your intestines. Anybody in the chat deal with IBS? I'm on medication. I've been on medication for years. I will be reading to y'all about what is IBS, and I'll be talking about how stress play a part in it. My son, he deal with IBS, so it could be hereditary, and it still could be something that you come up with. He ended up doing. He found out he had IBS a couple of years ago. That's awesome. Definitely, I think I've done seen almost every on your channel, some of it twice. Oh yeah, this is something that I do. I mean, I do it every year. I talk about different awareness every month. Hey Frank, how are you doing? Hey pre-retirement, how are you doing? I was asking the question, do y'all know what IBS is? And if you've been following me, you know IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. And I used to feel embarrassed about going through that, but as the years and as my body began to adjust to things, I'm okay with it. But sometimes I do feel a little embarrassed because when I eat, I have to go to the bathroom. And that's not a fun thing. You hear me? That's not fun. Hey, Mona, good to see you. Good to see y'all. Y'all my awesome GTs. I call y'all the GTs over here, Georgia Troopers. Y'all are so respectful. Y'all are so positive. My husband has suffered with this for most of his life. Ooh, it's not fun pre-retirement. Do you hear me? It is not a fun thing. And a lot of people don't know what it is, but if you've been following me over the years, you know I still put out the same information every April. I also do my shirts. So you say he been dealing with it for years. So do he take medication? It's a bad feeling. I'm just gonna tell you. When you have to be cramped up, that's one of the I'm gonna get into the segment and how stress does play a part in dealing with IBS. Y'all don't realize stress can mess up a lot of stuff if you let that stress get to you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Can I get some apples, please? Because I consider myself, when I be over here talking, I consider myself teaching. So could I get some apples in the chat, please? Just having fun with y'all. Y'all know anything I do is for educational entertainment purposes only. But don't take my word. If you're dealing with these type of things, listen to your body, listen to your doctor. Don't try to take on things on your own. You know, when you have a stomach ache, we always go to Pepto Bismol. That's the first thing. That's the first thing we go get some Pepto Bismol. We gonna go get some what else? Alka-Seltzer. What do y'all take for y'all stomach aches? But when your stomach ache just cramp and cramp and cramp, some people take Pepto Bismol. Some people take what they call it, Alka-Seltzer. Some people take different things. But I have to take medication from the doctor because mine is kind of like a chronic thing. Um, my stomach have been in so many knots, and sometimes I can be in just ate something, and it just won't agree with me. It just, and I didn't know all this until years ago, because I knew, Frank, I'm talking about my period. I'm talking about period right now. It's make, I know a lot of guys, you know, over here I talk about everything, I'm telling you. It make you feel like you having a menstrual period cramp. And pre-retirement said her husband been dealing with it for years. If y'all know what a cycle cramp feel like, that's what it feel like when you have IBS. I mean, ugh, I be like this, y'all. I mean, I have gotten better over the years. Um, Pepto Bismol don't help me. What else I was taking? Metamucil. I was taking a lot of stuff, but over the counter stuff wasn't helping me. It wasn't helping me. So I had to go get, like, I just got over a stomach infection 2 weeks ago. So my things are chronic. It bothers my gut. And so that's why I try hard. It is hard to stay on different types of food. But if you deal with pain, you ain't gonna want to eat a whole lot of grease, because grease does flares it up. Grease, spicy food, anything that like that for me, it had me going. And like I said, a lot of people don't like to talk about this type of health because it deals with your bowel and your intestine. But I'm here to tell you, it's best to be relieved and not relieved. If you gotta go, you just gotta go. I'm just gonna tell you. It better out than what? In. So I could be somewhere with my kids, like, right? We could be on vacation or we could be on vacation. You had stomach aches? Ooh, I bet that was painful. I could be in bed on vacation, or I could be there went out to dinner. Kids being spent all their money on me. They be getting mad because they be like, Mom, now we just wasted money on you because you stayed in the bathroom. I'm like, y'all know I can't help it. Y'all know I can't help it. Certain foods triggered fried, spicy, dairy, sugary. Go, yes. Yes, 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 yes. I eat so much baked chicken and turkey, and I be thinking sometimes y'all gonna be looking, I'm gonna be looking like a turkey or chicken. But it's hard. I'm just gonna, but it has been challenging all these years. But sometimes I had to just say, Lord, like this week. I know I ate a lot during the Easter holiday, right? I said, this week, I got to get back on track. I ain't been trying to drink no sugar and stuff. This is lemon water. I have to get back on track, y'all. But it's hard. I would not sit here and tell no one it's hard trying to eat right. It's hard. But it's a mind thing. It's challenging. I want to ask pre-retirement how her husband coping with it. Is there certain foods he eat? Because I know she cook a lot of different types of foods over there on her channel. But I know with IBS, like you said, dairy foods, greasy foods, spicy food. Every time those kids do hot wings, they be like, Grandma, them things ain't hot. I said, y'all know I can't eat them hot things. But then sometimes I be hard headed, y'all. I try them anyway. Then my stomach just blow up. That's not a good feeling, guys. It's not a good feeling to stay in the bathroom. But like I said, it best to be out than in. Don't no kid hate to see me coming sometimes. They be like, oh Lord, mama coming up here with them eggs and she got gas. Booster said, Grandma, you need to go back to the doctor. They said, Grandma, you need to go back to the doctor. I said, why? So, Grandma, you be having gas all the time. Those little children be tickling me so bad. I said, look, I can't help it. I got gastritis, I got IBS, acid reflux. I got so much stuff, y'all. I be praying that God to give me a new body. But with this old body, I just thank God what I can do with it. And I keep it going, y'all. But old kid be hating to see me coming with them eggs, y'all. I still have a stomach ulcer. That is why I don't eat a lot of. Yeah, that's good. So, did you take medicine, bud? Do you take medicine, bud? Don't kid like, mama, don't come in here with all them eggs. Because that's what I love to eat, y'all. But they ain't give me but one. I didn't get but one for Easter. I said, y'all ought to be shamed. All them eggs and I didn't get but one. They're like, Grandma, ain't nobody going But I'm better than what I was years ago. Woo, child. Years ago, I tell you, before I was even know what was going on with me, honey, when I used to like go to work, right? And I know this wasn't good for me. I would get a piece of fried chicken every day. And I end up paying for it. I'm trying to get the hair out my face. I end up paying for it in the long run. I'm like, no, why every time I eat that chicken? I'm tell you what I used to get every morning, y'all. I think I shared this before. I used to get a chicken breast and a Coca-Cola and a biscuit every morning. I end up paying for it with my weight and with my stomach. And I'm still struggling with some stuff, you know? But y'all know we hard-headed sometimes. Like right now, I just got through baking some chicken. Me and my hub, sometimes he might have the taste for some fried, but I be telling you, if I eat too much grease and spicy stuff, it gonna affect me. And I used to be like, oh my God. As soon as I get to the job, they like, y'all know my name, right? They like, well, amen. Why amen at the line? Because, I was working on an assembly line, right? They said, I had to get a paper from the doctor because those supervisors was giving me a hard time where I couldn't use the bath. When you're working on a job, they give you like, 2 breaks? You get at least 2 breaks, right? And I had to get them a letter saying that I had to be in the bathroom because of my disorder. They didn't want me to do it. I'm like, what y'all want me to use the bathroom on myself? Shoot. I drink a lot of water and that apple cider vinegar. Yeah, that helps. That helps. And after I brought my paper from the doctor, and they was telling them that it was times I had to go when I had to go. So I got that situation. I put that in my file. But right here, I'm going to read to y'all what is irritable bowel syndrome. And they call it IBS. Irritable bowel syndrome is IBS, a common condition that affects the digestion system. It causes a range of symptoms, including abdominal pain, cramping, bloating, gas, diarrhea, constipation, or both diarrhea and constipation. The exact cause of IBS is unknown. They really don't know what caused IBS, but these are just the symptoms about on experience. And I would ask anybody in the chat, do they deal with IBS? And some of the common effects, it affects your digestion system. Yeah, abdominal pain, cramping. Like I told y'all, it feels like a menstrual cycle. You know, if the women's in the chat, y'all know how the menstrual cycle feel, right? You know when you have that bad pain, that what IBS is. I'm on medication for that. Thank you. Hey, East how you doing? Good to see you. I'm on medication for that. Years ago, I was very deliberate and embarrassing. Anybody that deal with IBS ought to know this is kind of like it's kind of like it makes you feel like, because it deals with your bowel, it deals with your digestion system, and it's like when you try to enjoy a good meal and you can't. You see what I'm saying? You get out there and go out to eat. I remember one year my kids took me to a Chinese place. Before I could get to the end of the road, I had to go. I had to go. Them kids got so mad with me. I'm like, I'm sorry, y'all. They're like, Mom, we spent all that money on you. We spent all that money. And see, now I know I can't eat that spicy food. I know I can't eat all that greasy food. So I still be hard headed. When I be hard headed, y'all, I pay for it. Until my doctor kept on telling me, look, you're going to have to stay away from it. Don't you going to continue to cramp. You're going to continue to be bloated. You're going to continue to feel like you having a menstrual cycle. And yes, these are my IBS shirts. Yesterday I had on my autism awareness shirt. I do different types of awareness shirt every month. Like June, we're gonna be doing breast cancer awareness. Next month is mental health. I have all those shirts in my shop. It's good to see East Dad. I ain't been seeing you in a while, Betty. What's been going on? But like I said, I'm just getting over a stomach infection. See, my IBS caused lots of problems for me. That's why I'm on medication. I used to try to take stuff. I used to try to take stuff over the counter for my stomach, but it don't help. Do anybody in the chat have abdominal pain? Deal with a lot of constipation? Yeah, I feel better than I was a few weeks ago. About over a month ago, I had to have a procedure done, and I found out I had a throat infection and a stomach infection. And I had been on antibiotics for 2 weeks, 14 days, and they was horrible. So, do anybody in the chat? Is anybody in the chat going through any of this? Cause this is chronic. My conditions, the things I deal with, all chronic. When it comes down to my joints, when it comes down to my gut health, it's chronic. Chronic means it don't seem to go away. You can treat some things, but there are some things that you have to live with, and there are some things that I would have to live with. Only thing I pray and ask God to continue to make me stronger and give me the strength to be able to have a normal life. You see what I'm saying? Because, like I said, this is not a fun thing having IBS. I mean, you could be cramping. It could be just like different types of food, dairy food, spicy food, greasy food, like that. So I was just reading some different things. You at work? All right, then you at work busting out. What you busting out? What are you busting out? What are you busting out? Did you have a good Easter? Did you have a good Easter? Did you have a good Easter? That was good. Um, that the exact cause of IBS is unknown, but it's thought to be related to a combination of factors, including problems with the nerves. See, it's just like I don't know if anybody know what nerve when you're nerve, because I deal with nerve pain. All my stuff is connected. Problem with the nerves or muscles in the gut, and overgrowth of bacteria in the gut, food, sometimes stress. Stress does affect IBS. Though we talking about two today. Stress does affect IBS. Stress, IBS is a chronic condition, but symptoms can come and go. There's no cure for IBS, but there are treatments that can help manage. And that's what I just was talking about. It's not a cure, but you can get treated. That's why I try not to stress about a lot of things because it'll affect me mentally and it'll affect me physically. Sometimes, but I'm human. Sometimes I might just shake things off, and then sometimes I'll let things get to me. But I be telling myself, don't get yourself worked up by something you can't control. If it's something you can't control, if it's something that you know you can't do anything about it, give it to God. And I had to learn, I had to tell myself, look, a lot of things I just can't do. And I can't worry about it. Because stress will kill you. And if you're dealing with any type of chronic thing like IBS or anything dealing with your gut, it will affect you. Hope your health continue to improve and have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you. It's like an ongoing thing, but I thank God I'm here. I have it where I'm managing it, and when I can't deal with it, I don't. You don't see me on social media. I have to take time out for me mentally and physically. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, if you don't see me, y'all know I got something going on, but you'll see this channel going. You might not see me, but you might see my channel going. You see what I'm saying? Because we got to take care of ourselves. We got to. A few weeks ago when I had that procedure done, I knew I had to get that procedure done because it was where I couldn't swallow my food. And when they went in and stretched my esophagus, they saw where I had a stomach infection. And all that come from bacteria and irritable bowel syndrome, some of the same stuff that I'm dealing with and talking about. I'm 53 years old. No, I'm 56 years. Woo! I'm 56 years old, y'all. I'm trying to put myself like I'm 56 years old. I'm an older lady and I have, you know, some health issues, but I try not to let it get me down. I try to continue to keep praying, keep trusting God, and I have to keep it going. I have to keep it going. Cause if I sit here and stress, it won't do me any good. Stress would make things worse than what they is. So I have to learn to cope with stuff. So if anybody dealing with any type of chronic thing like IBS, joint issues, all those type of things, it's treatable, but some of the things are not curable. So it's called IBS, but it is irritable bowel syndrome. And like I said, deal with your intestine. It deals with your digestion system. Ariel said she be talking a lot about this. Yes, because I experienced it. I got diagnosed with this probably about 7, 8 years ago. I got medication I take every day. I'm supposed to take it like 2 or 3 times a day, especially when I start cramping. But if I stay away from certain foods, I won't have that problem. I won't have that problem. They thought I had Crohn's disease, but it's not Crohn, it's IBS. The Crohn disease makes you hurt too. You hurt all the time with that. I'm sure a lot of y'all know what that is too. So I was just reading some things about it, and so if you ever feel like you be bloated all the time, if you be bloated all the time, constipated, and trying to check the comments. Yeah, if you feel constipated, bloated, cramping a lot, and if you know that things over the counter is not doing it for you, call your doctor. I'm not here to tell no one what to do, but I experienced this. So everybody's body is different. Everybody don't have pain, but it's I'm telling you, everybody want to call. I just got some bad news. My uncle just passed. Oh my God. Mm, I just received some bad news. Lord have mercy. He been ill for a while, and he was Jesus. I just got the call a while ago, but mm, oh boy. But I know he'll be in a better place. He had been sick for a while, and see, I can't get myself stressed. I get the stress and I get upset, and I know that's not good. But yeah, that's my uncle, the one I was talking about the other day. Hold on, y'all, be right back. Oh Lord, oh Jesus, I'm back. I just found out my uncle just passed. Lord have mercy. I gotta tell my mom. That's my mom, brother just passed. Her sister passed a couple of years ago. Now my uncle's gone. Hey, I just found out my uncle just passed. Lord have mercy. He had been sick and oh, Jesus. Mm. Hey, Miss Key, how you doing? I just had to take some deep breaths. That's all. Had to take some deep breaths. I know my brother had just told me that he was in a coma, right? And and they had him on life support. Yeah, I had to get off camera for a minute. That was I used to go to church with him a lot. That's the one I was telling y'all about. I was used to ride in the station wagon, and he used to take us to church with him. Yeah, mm, yeah. He's in no more pain, no more suffering. Yeah, but I got to try to talk to my mom about it. My mom. A lot of time we don't like to just tell her right away. With her health. So we gonna get together and tell her and stuff. That kind of got me throwed off from what I was talking about. Mm. But how's everybody doing in the chat? Oh boy, how's everybody doing? Mickey, are you recovering? I know you've been going through some things. How you feeling? You feeling better? But yeah, my uncle he was a preacher, and like I said, I was brought up in the church, and he would take us every time he go out of town. All of used to pile up in his station wagon, and I was just sitting when my brother called and told me it just brought back memories, just brought back memories. Yeah, but I'm okay. Yeah, they had him on life support a couple of days ago, so um, my cousin I probably had to make the decision. That when you have family members that on life support and on common, oh Lord, yeah, common, a coma, I mean. Uncle Reuben, Uncle Reuben. That's my brother, y'all. Uncle Reuben just passed. Yeah. Your brother just called me. I ain't told mine yet. I'm gonna tell her though. We gonna go on and tell her. I ain't told her yet. Cause she was just asking about her sister. She was just saying something about her sister the other day. And she was like, you know, Feedy gone. I said, Mom, you know, cause my mama got early signs of dementia, right? She had forgot. No, cause he had been in the nursing home. And I didn't get a chance to see him, but I just got memories of him. I got memories of him. Yeah. He had, you know, he was where he couldn't do for himself and stuff like that. That my baby brother just came in the chat, y'all. Samuel Chester, that's my baby brother. Um, yeah. No, I didn't get a chance to see him. But I know he's at a better place. He's with his wife now. But like I was saying, my mom was just talking about her sister the other day, right? And she was saying, you know, Feedy died. And I, you know, so my mom got early signs of dementia. She had forgot. I said, Mom, you know, she been gone about 2 years now. So I had to, you know, sometimes she be thinking her sister's still here. Now I gotta tell her about her brother. Uh, you know, see how she handled that. You know, I just don't want to tell her rat away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm all right. I just have to take some deep breaths. Deep breaths. But yeah, I don't know if y'all know that was my brother. He just popped in the chat about who passed away. Yeah, but mm, so I said life is short. Life is short, and if you dealing with some type of illness, if you going to the doctor, I know a lot of people don't like to go to the doctor. A lot of people don't like to see about themselves, but you know, if it's something you can't work on yourself, go see about yourself. That's the best thing. Like I was talking about this irritable syndrome. See now, my stomach wasn't hurting. See, I'm starting to stress. When I stress, it make my stomach hurt. See, I'm trying not to, but like I said, I just got some bad news, so I'm human. So that's why I said I had to take me some deep breaths, and you know, I'm drinking on some water right now too. I know in my IBS flare up, either I been ate something ain't got no business, or I start stressing. And stressing is not good for IBS. It make you hurt more. That's what I want to share today. But you know, I had, know my uncle wasn't doing good a couple days ago. I found out a couple days ago, but I wasn't able to still see him because he was in intensive care. And me and my brother had been talking earlier, a little before I went live. And he was saying he's still in the coma. So he called back. You know, I got 2 phone calls since I've been on the line and said he called back and said he gone. But he dealt with a lot of health issues. He was like 80 some. But he might have been about the same age my dad, about 80 some. Yeah. Mm. But yeah. Yeah. People are leaving here. But getting back to irritable bowel syndrome. So anybody in the chat deal with constipation? I know it's probably embarrassing to talk about, but do anybody deal with constipation? Have a problem with their bowels? If you're going through that, you know, I know y'all don't want to hear talk about this kind of stuff, but you have to have a normal bowel, I mean, at least some people say they don't even go every day. If you don't go to the bathroom at least, I had to get off camera. I had got teary eyed. Um, if you don't go to the bathroom at least every day or every 2 days, something like that. If you go a whole week without going to the bathroom, get yourself checked out. If you even go 3 days, I would say if you go 3 days, if you go 3 days without using the bathroom, you probably constipated, right? Either you get yourself worked out or you go to the doctor to see what's causing it. So they said irritable bowel syndrome or IBS causes uncomfortable, painful abdominal symptoms, constipation, diarrhea, gas, and bloating. Hey James, how you doing? Are all common symptoms of IBS. We're talking about IBS awareness. IBS doesn't damage your digestion tract or raise your risk of colon cancer. So that's one good thing. It don't mess with that. But everybody's supposed to be able to use the bathroom. But anytime you get where you can't, anytime you get where you're not able to, if you go that long, you need to be taking a stool softener. Yeah, stool softener, first of all, I ain't waiting that long. I'm telling you, girl, you have to have a normal bowel movement. If it don't move, and like you said, you can use stool softeners, you can take laxatives, and sometimes medication causes you to be constipated. Like when I was taking those antibiotics, ooh, Lord. After I got when I was taking them, it was bothering me. But after I got through taking them for 14 days, it started back getting back normal. Anytime you're taking any type of strong medication, pain medicine or anything like that, it gonna mess with your stool. Every day, that's good. If you don't go, come tell you, one time my mama had got like that. I think I shared it before. My mama had got where she couldn't even use the bathroom. And oh, that was so bad, y'all. They had to end up putting tubes in my mom. They had to end up putting tubes in my mom because that toxic cannot stay in you. That cannot stay in your body. That's why sometimes y'all see me drinking a lot of lemon water or ginger or cinnamon because it helps cleans those toxins out your body. If you drink lemon water for a whole week, and y'all know we have done it, and I still do it because I know I ate a lot of stuff over the weekend. Lemon water helps. Yeah, lemon water or just water help flushes. It help flushes. And my mom, she was like that where she couldn't use it at all. And I was working during the time, and I had to leave work because they were saying your mom can't use the bathroom. And she was like that for a couple of days. She hadn't told nobody. I'm like, you can't use the bathroom? And find out, ooh, it had to build up, y'all. I know y'all some talking some nasty stuff today. Y'all ain't eating nothing this. Y'all know over here talk. Over here talk about everything when it comes down to our mind, body, soul. Today I'm talking about the body. But ooh, we couldn't even go in the room with my mom. We had to wear a mask because it had them build up. It had them build up, and she had to get a block. She had to have a blockage. They had to put tubes in my mom, and had to get all that toxin out of her. I think she went like 2 or 3 days without using the bathroom, and she had to end up having emergency surgery. And they told us we got my mom to the hospital just in time because that stuff have to come out. That stuff have to come out of you. It have to come out of you. And that's why when they said that girl ate R. Kelly doo doo, I don't believe that. When that girl said R. Kelly made her ate her doo doo, I don't believe that. Cause that stuff will kill. That stuff will make you sick. I ain't believe that. She lied. That girl lied. Talking about that man made her eat her own doo doo. Who gonna make somebody eat their own doo doo? Who wanna do that? I don't believe that. Now that one I didn't believe. Cause that stuff can't stay in your body. Because they told her about my mama. They had to get that toxin out of her because it could have built up and it could have killed her. So what they did, they went in and drained it. And we couldn't even go in the room without wearing masks and stuff because that wasn't nothing but bacteria. And it had got infected. And I thought my mama was gonna have to be wearing a bag, those bags. But after the surgery, they fixed it where she was. Ooh, waste my water. After they fixed it, she was able to start using the bathroom. So don't let nobody fool you. You can't eat no doo doo. You can't eat that stuff. I mean, they said some people do it. Now I don't know. They said some people need country eat their own. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about that. But if they do, they sick in the mind. Have y'all ever heard people eat that? Eat that. But I'm not gonna be on too long. Cause I gotta check on my family, my cousin now. Cause he just lost his mom a couple of years ago, my aunt. And then he lost his wife last year. Oh my God. I know it's a lot for him to deal with. But I would just want to bring to y'all today about IBS, and it's not a fun, it's not fun. It's not fun being where you're not comfortable. You want to be able to enjoy and not have no aches and pains. You know. I'm trying to read right here. They said, what causes IBS? Let's see. So if anybody in the chat think they dealing with IBS, don't hesitate to go to your doctor. Don't hesitate. Sometimes we can take stuff over the counter. I'm not saying over the counter stuff don't help, but sometimes you have to go do further testing and stuff like that. So I'm just going to show y'all some of the stuff that I have been reading because I don't like to put out information that not correct. I like to do my research, but I also to follow your own judgment. I'm just a vlogger that I do share things like this because of my own real life experience. And right here it said, wondering if you might have IBS. If you ever wonder, and it's more than diarrhea. IBSD is actually a multi symptom condition that's why talking with your healthcare provider about all the symptoms you experience is important. Like I was saying, abdominal pain, diarrhea, bloating, and urgency. If you're going through any of these things right here, like I said, you're supposed to have a normal bowel movement at least every day. And if you don't go every day, you at least go every 2 to 3 days. But if you're not going at all, you might think you're constipated, or you might think that you're just cramping real bad. And I tell you, I done had my days of cramping. That's why I had to go get a colonoscopy because I was cramping real bad and they wanted to see what was going on with my stomach. That's how I found out about some of the things that I'm going through now. Good thing there wasn't no cancer or anything like that. Thank God for his grace and mercy. Just dealing with this order is just, ugh, it can be deliberating sometimes. So if you have any type of these signs, abdominal pain, diarrhea, bloating, you just gotta go. So that's how I be. That's why when I travel, y'all, that's why when I go on vacation or travel, I don't try to eat a lot of food because when I be on the road, especially if you go places where you're not gonna be close to a bathroom, or I try not to drink a lot. I try not to eat certain foods, even though we do take breaks and stops when we do travel. But if you're dealing with these type of Okay, if you're dealing with these, I just found out I lost my uncle too. That's why I was getting a phone call. I just lost my uncle. Yeah, but I'm okay. I found out a couple of days ago he was in a coma. I didn't get a chance to see him, but I'm just thinking about all the times I went to church with him and he prayed for him because he was a preacher. Yeah. And thank you, Mona, for listening. This right here just showing about the IBS and things like that. It says 13.7 million U.S. adults suffer from IBS. About 2 and 3 people with IBS are females. So it seems like females deal with it the most, but pre-retirement, so her husband deal with it. I wanted to ask her how he doing and how he cope with it. Most people with IBS, hey, how you doing? I saw you was watching last night. I'm down to 100 and I see my thing today. It said I need 159 more hours. But I'm just gonna see what YouTube gonna do. Maybe by the end of the week I see the results, but I'm gonna still keep it pushing. But I thank y'all for letting me run and help me out with this. I do appreciate it. But today I'm just sharing about IBS, gut health, because this is something that I've been diagnosed with for years. And, since I do awareness over here, I just like to share. And you can also do your own research on it also. And y'all keep me and my family in prayer. I just found out I lost my uncle. And, yeah. So I was just showing about the IBS and if you're dealing with abdominal pain, constipation, if you have to be in an urgency to go. There's a lot of signs that let you know about IBS. And certain foods does trigger it. Stress triggered it also. I just thought about my uncle and it seemed like my stomach trying to hurt. But I'm trying not to stress. When I stress, it make my stomach hurt. Oh, thank you. That's why I don't like to stress a lot because I know it'll affect me. It'll affect my stomach. It'll affect me mentally and physically. But I am human. But yes, but I have medication for this. So April is Stress Awareness Month and IBS awareness and autism awareness. And I've been trying to put out information on all three on this month. Up to 75% of people with IBS may be undiagnosed. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people think that, you can have, it could be just like a normal stomach ache, but IBS is chronic. It's something that is painful. Oh, okay. I appreciate you, Charlene. Appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who have been watching and supporting. Without y'all and God, it would not be possible. So I take medication for my stomach. I take uh, um, I take acid reflux medicine, and I also take uh, the most nasty pill they gave me for my stomach. Ugh. I got some nasty medication, but I still take it. I have to make sure I have something after I take it because it leaves nasty taste in my mouth. But thank you. Me and my brothers gonna call my mom and tell my mom together, about my mom having health issues. I don't want to get her too upset, but she know her brother been sick. It's my mom brother. He was married to my mom's sister, and she was just it's just strange. She was just asking about her sister that passed, his wife, the other day. Hmm. Wow. I'm talking about what stress do to IBS. Yep. I'm still here. I was just looking up some. But I hope everybody have had a good day today. Right here, we're finna talk a little bit about this. Then once I talk about this segment, then I'm fixing to um, talk to my brothers and be able to tell my mom what happened. I think she'll handle it well, you know. I think she will. Because she sure been asking about her sister. But I don't want to get her too upset either. Uh, I'm trying to see. Hold on. Oh, I'm back. Oh, I'm back. That was my son. He coming to pick me up. Uh, right here, I want to finish this last segment right here about stress, how stress is linked to IBS. Stress has been linked to IBS related changes in your digestion system. These stress changes include inflammation, overactive immune response, and changes to intestinal barrier. Stress can also cause imbalances in your microbiome, known as dysbiosis. Researchers believe that stress plays a part in triggering and worsening IBS symptoms. Most people with IBS experience worse or more frequent symptoms during periods of increased stress. Like I said, my son just he got diagnosed with IBS about a couple of years ago. Hey son, how are you doing? I'm talking about stress and IBS. Just sharing some information and things about it because I deal with it and I had to learn to cope with it and still coping with it. I was just sharing some things about um, what caused it, and stress does play a part in it. Because when my son got diagnosed with IBS, they told him it had a lot to do with stress. Because my son was going through that with that girl about that baby. And that really did stress him out. You know, that's why I tell people, sometimes we human though. We tends to worry. We tend to have things on our mind. We tend to don't want to let go of things, but sometimes we have to. If we don't let go of things, it will affect us mentally and physically. I know, because I know I have I have been so stressed that I felt like I was gonna have a nervous breakdown before. Have anybody ever had a nervous breakdown or felt like you're going to have one? I have been there. I have been just that low to feel like that uh, I can't go on. But I had to realize my life is important. I go through the things I go through, but I'm still here. I still have my life. So this is what we're talking about today: stress and IBS. And the question: can stress cause IBS? This is educational. Like I said, I am a vlogger. I share different things, but I'm not here to diagnose or tell no one what your situation is. If you're dealing with these type of things, or if you're changing up your eating habits, or anything that you're changing up when it comes down to your mind, body, and soul, please contact your medical provider. Let them know that you're doing this. Let them know that what you're trying. Let them know, to make sure things are good for you to try. So, what to know about stress and IBS? Researchers believe stress may play a role in a person experience the IBS due to the connection between the digestion system and the brain, also known as the gut brain axis. Because we got to take care of ourselves. Cause everybody is body is different. Something you do, hey son, I might not can't do. It's something I do, you might not can't do. But anytime you feel something going on with you, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to get help. Don't hesitate to call someone. And if I'm able to help someone on my channel by sharing information and uplifting someone and sharing from my own life experience, I do that. I try to use my platform to be a voice. I try to use my platform to be there for someone if they want to come and share what they're going through or talk to me about it. You know, especially if it's something I have dealt with myself. I am a good listener. I don't judge people. I don't try to judge no one about what they're doing and what they're not doing. We're here to uplift and not tear down. So, irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, described as a group of symptoms that appear together, including abdominal pain, diarrhea, and constipation. Research indicates that approximately 12% of people in the United States have IBS, and I'm one of them. Doctors believe that emotional factors such as stress may play a role in a person developing IBS symptoms. This is largely due to proposed gut and brain connection. You know, sometimes we find ourselves stressing. And I know when I stress real hard, my stomach does hurt. It does. I know that. I have anxiety. I have an anxiety disorder. That's why I try to stay calm. That's why you don't see me on here arguing with nobody. People, I let people think what they want to think about me. I let them say what they want to say. That don't mean it have to be true. Until you get to know who I am as a person, and even outside of YouTube, then you can say you know me. Other than that, can't nobody on YouTube can say this or that about me and nobody else on YouTube because you don't know them. You don't know these people. They just speaking. They just only speak on you, but they don't know you. That's why I don't give them the opportunity. I don't give them the pleasure to get me all stressed out. I let them think what they want. The truth don't need explaining. You know your truth, but let people take what they want and run with it because they don't have nothing else to do. You go back and forward with them. You stressing. You giving them. You're doing this to yourself. Now, when I was younger, I have to admit, I used to let stuff get to me. I used to be like, try to figure out why this person don't like me, why they talking about me, or why they're not my friend. Until I had to learn as I got older. Those people are not doing anything for me. They're not paying my bills. They're not taking care of me. They're not helping me. So why get them that? Why even waste the energy on them? I had to learn that as a young coming up. But you have to learn everybody's not your friend. That's the first thing. You have to learn that everybody is not here for you. And sometimes you find yourself stressing about stuff not even worth it. So I refuse. I refuse to let social media or anybody on social media take me out of here. I love my life. I love my family. And I want to be around as long as I can. If I ain't got it, I can't worry about it. If I can do something to get it, I get it. But if it meant for me, it'll be for me. I'm not going to stress about it. Y'all know I've been dealing with trying to get back monetized for a whole year. And now I got down to 100 and some hours. But y'all didn't see me walking around with my head down. You didn't see me stressing. If anything, you see me working, trying to get back there. But I didn't let it affect me mentally because this is social media. This is social media. Yes, The little $100, it be like a little extra change, but it's not my life. You see what I'm saying? Like me and Lion Pride, we was talking about that in the chat yesterday about, how people take social media so seriously. They take it too serious. But you got to know how to separate social media from your real life. I don't like to be stressed. I don't like to be cramping. And if I do, it won't have nothing to do about nobody on YouTube or social media. Cause I don't even have to tune into you. I don't even have to come on. See what I'm saying? It's a ways of fixing that. It's ways of fixing that. You have to come on your channel. You don't you have to come on their channel. Just don't come on. But people gonna be people. The devil gonna be the devil. People gonna talk that talk. They gonna talk about you. They gonna blast you. They gonna say all types of things about you. But does it mean it have to be true? I'm like this. If I have to deal with somebody in a way where I have to, in other words, if I have to tell a person how I feel about them or get them straight about me, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, mean what I say, and be done with it. I ain't gonna go on for years and years arguing about the same stuff. That's stress. That ain't nothing but stress. When you go back and forth with people, trying to make sure you right, they right, that ain't nothing but stress. And I can't do it. A person may experience physical, emotional stress when they encounter challenges and issues in life. Stress can impact many of the body's symptoms, including the following: respiratory, cardiovascular, gastrointestinal. And that's true. Stress affects all of that. Your heart, your intestines, cause respiratory problem. Stress does all of that. It all come to play with IBS. I'm not a doctor. Don't take my word. Research. And if you're dealing with this stuff, you should already know what trigger IBS. Stress is one of them. Researchers believe that stress play a major part in triggering and worsening IBS symptoms. Like I said, my son got diagnosed a few years ago when he had to deal with that old crazy girl about that baby. And that really stressed my son out mentally, and it affected him physically. And it still bothers him today. He went all those months thinking that was his child, taking care of the child. Then the child did it, the girl did him like that. She did him dirty. And he ended up paying for it physically and mentally. I prayed for my son. I thank God daily. He have came a long way, but he dealt with IBS. But he had to let go. And he still right now today still love that little girl, but she's not in his life. But he love her. And I know the biggest part of my stress is dealing with my own health issues and family members. Trying to be there for family members, try to make sure they all right, they dealing with stuff. Then I try to take on a load, and it affect me mentally, and it also affect me physically because it's stress. So I have to tell myself, sometimes we have to tell our family members we can't do it. We're not able to help you this time, or we can't be there. Because if you're dealing with your own health issues and you're dealing with things on your own, if you're not well, how can you help somebody else? And I had to tell myself that constantly. Like last week, my knee had been flamed up. Like tomorrow, I got to go to a treatment tomorrow. Blood, pain. I had to when I was live, I had my leg up. When I mostly go live, sitting where, um, having my leg or back elevated because I did have those issues. And something had happened. They was calling me, and they were like, I told them I couldn't come because my leg was hurting. It got where I couldn't hardly walk a couple of days last week because I was dealing with this pain, which I deal with chronic pain. And some people have to understand sometimes that you're not able to do for others when you're dealing with stuff yourself. So it's okay to say no, guys. It's okay to say no when you can say no, because if not, you can't help everybody. And then some people don't want your help. You see what I'm saying? Some people don't want it. Even though you can try to help somebody that somebody on drugs, or somebody doing things that not healthy for their life, and you can tell them, you don't need to be doing that. But until they come to terms with their own faith and own seeing what it's doing to them, that's when they'll change. We can tell people every day, you don't need to be smoking. You don't need to be drinking. But what good did that do? Because people going to do exactly what they want to do. They got their own money, their own place to live. They got their own lifestyle. People going to do what they want to do until it really get them in a position where, wow, she told me this. They told me this. But you got to want to get help. People that going through things, people are here to help people. Like if you're going through suicidal thoughts, if you're going through depression, anxiety, even any type of illness, there are people out here with 1-800 numbers you can call. You got, if you don't want to talk to your family, you can also reach out to someone. A lot of people shouldn't hold things in. Sometimes you have to just let it out, because it'll make you have so stressed and it'll hurt you in the long run. I have been through a lot. I can sit here and tell you about stuff that I stressed about that I shouldn't have been stressing about. And I end up paying for it. Because sometimes we have to just let go and let God. So I'm going to finish this up because my son is about to pick me up. They said what the research says. This is a 2019 article. Has demonstrated that stress may impact. Well, it's 2025, but it still says stress is being impactful to IBS. Impact the function of the gut, including changing the composition of the gut microbiota, impairing the function of the intestinal barrier, impairing the speed, strength, and coordination of the digestion muscles, dysfunction of the immune and the neuroendocrine system. All this right here, stress is a silent killer. I'm telling y'all, it is a silent killer. All of that make IBS worsen. And I know I took my medication this morning, but when I found out about my uncle passing, I started to stress a little bit, because I'm like, wow, my uncle's gone. And he had been in a nursing home for years, but I could just remember seeing him playing that guitar and, just thinking about the good days. But he was sickly, he had dealt with a lot, and, he have lived his life. He really have. But yeah, this right here just showing like the studies and all the stuff that speak on IBS and stress. Like I said, I'm just a YouTube creator. Okay. I was reading the poll. I was saying, I did a poll about did you know stress affect IBS? 72% said yes, and 28% said no. But I have brought you out today about some awareness on IBS and stress. And I'm going to share some more next week. March will be wrapping up. Well, April, I'm talking about March, Jesus. April will be wrapping up next week. So I will probably share some more information. And I'm about to get off, and my son is coming to pick me up and finna go where my grandkids at now because I got a appointment tomorrow. I got to go get treatments for this knee. I still got some fluid on it, so I just been trying to keep it elevated and stuff like that. And I'm gonna check on my mom before I go to make sure she's okay, cause that was her brother-in-law. And like I say, he lived a long life. He was going through a lot of pain and different stuff like that. But rest in peace, you're in no more pain. You'll be up there with Auntie now. Yeah. So I just gotta be strong for my mom and talk to my cousin now and see what's the details and everything. Thank you. Yeah. I love y'all too. I love my GTs. I love my troopers. I love y'all so much. I thank y'all for when you come out and spend time with me when I do come live. You be in the chat. You be so respectful. I don't think I have a problem with none of y'all. Y'all just come in. Y'all, I'm gonna be live till my son get here. He on the way to pick me up, so I'm just gonna stay on till he get here. Cause he said, "My mama, you ready? You got everything together?" Yeah, got my bag because I got a doctor appointment tomorrow. They gotta give me another shot in my knee, Jesus. I don't like getting those shots, but it relieved me sometimes. But last week, I was in so much pain. It was just, ooh. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate my chat. I appreciate my moderators, my GTs. I appreciate y'all for hanging in here with me. Mona, you working, but you still took time out to peep in the chat and listening. I appreciate you for that. And you always be leaving some genuine comments. I appreciate you. I love you too, Miss Key. How you doing? Because I know you've been going through it. Yeah. That was my mama. I'm going to tell y'all, when y'all hear about this, his son, and y'all probably like, his son was the one raped me, y'all. My uncle's son was the one who raped me as a child. Yeah. But we still family though. Yeah. Remember I was telling y'all about I was raped by my cousin? It was his son. It was his son. And they didn't want to believe he had did that to me. But God bless the dead on my aunt and my uncle. They didn't want him, and the guy what did it. They didn't want to believe he did that to me until, like I said, my mom took me to get checked and they saw where he had raped me. But it was his son. And at first, like I said, it was hard to still be around my family after all that happened. But my aunt and uncle, they knew their son was sick. They knew their son was sick. So they didn't, and I didn't hold that against them because of what their son did to me. I forgave him, but that's something that gonna always be with me for the rest of my life. Yeah. But I loved my uncle, and like I said, he always was singing and preaching, playing his guitar. And I don't blame him for what his son did to me. That I didn't never hold that against him. And I won't, you know. But God said forgive. I forgave my cousin, but I never did have to deal with him no more. And I never wanted him to deal with me or my children, my daughter, especially my daughter. I didn't want him to have to, you know. And I thank God daily for my strength, for making me stronger because what I went through, it did mess with me mentally. I I still, had a good childhood, but that always was a cloud. It was always a cloud over me, knowing that someone had did that to me. And that's something I will end up living with the rest of my life. But I can talk about it. I can share with other people that have been molested and raped at an early age that I don't trust nobody. I have trust issues when it come down to stuff like that. That's why I'm the way I am about my grandkids. I have trust because of what I've been through. I really do, but yeah, I thank God for His grace and mercy for all the things that I have overcome, and then some of the things that I'm still trying to overcome. And IBS was one of those things I didn't know a whole lot about until some years ago, until I was diagnosed with it. In 2016, I was that was right after the cancer diagnosis and all that. It seemed like everything was hitting me all at once. I was having stomach problems. I had to have thyroid cancer, started having joint issues. It seemed like everything was just piling up. Everything: anxiety, depression, stomach issue, joint issue, cancer, wasn't working. Um, I was just, I went through it. But I look back over my life and I can see how far God has brought me through the good, through the bad. It's been a struggle. It's been a journey. So if anybody done went through anything, don't feel alone. You're not alone. It's just when you go through things and it make you want to fight harder. It make you fight harder to want to keep living. See what I'm saying? Sometimes we feel like giving up. But then you realize your life is worth fighting for. It's worth fighting for. I done been there. I done been feeling like I'm going through this. Why am I still here? I stopped feeling like that. So you don't speak those things. And I stopped. I had to go to therapy. I went through a lot. Talked to therapy about stuff. A lot of people can't sit up and say that, but I can. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed at all about what I have been through. And there's still some things that y'all don't know about me. And I just, sometimes I don't share it, but it's some things that I'm still, I deal with it in my own space, my own personal space, my own way of dealing with things. You see what I'm saying? A lot of time before people knew that my granddaughter had a baby, I hadn't even told nobody because I had to be able to accept, because I felt like, what did I go wrong? Because, she was with me mostly every day. And I'm like, what did I go wrong at? What did I do wrong? I was feeling, me and my daughter both were feeling like, what did we do wrong? We was tight on her, but she still found the way. Like I said, we could be tight on our children. We could say they can't go nowhere. But sometimes those kids still find a way, y'all. They really do. We try to keep a tight knit on them, and then when they be involved with school activities, they go to the games, they be at these games, they go off and stuff like that. Hey, Sirius, how you doing? Today I'm talking about IBS and stress, and I was just talking to my son. Come here, he coming to pick me up, and I do have death in my family. I lost my uncle today. I'm just trying to keep my I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. No, I just wasn't expecting to hear that about my uncle a little while ago, but I'm doing okay. That with my brother right now. But he was in a coma and everything. And he had been dealing with some illnesses and things like that. That's good. You having a good day. That's awesome. I just came on. I have my issues, but I don't come on and complain. I just ask God to continue to make me stronger. And I was just sharing about IBS and what IBS is and how stress affect IBS. My son on his way to pick me up. I'm just gonna be on to my son. It might be him out there now. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I just want y'all to keep my family in prayer. I gotta be able to tell my mom about her brother and stuff. Yeah, that was my uncle that I went to church with a lot, and he had been sick for years. Had been in a nursing home. And he ended up in a coma a couple of days ago, and today he died. And yeah, if anybody want any awareness shirt, I have those in my shop. Y'all don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Like I said, anything that I have talked about today is for educational, entertainment purposes only. I'll be back. I'll probably finish up talking about stress and IBS next week. This month will be out soon. Next month I'll be talking about mental health, and every month I try to talk about different awareness. June, breast cancer awareness. Come every month I have a different topic. I do awareness shirts. I do different topics, and I have guests to come up if they want to share about some things that. If anybody that deal with IBS want to come up and share about how it make them feel, because I'm telling you, by me having it, it's not a good feeling. You be cramped up. You can't hardly eat certain foods. Certain foods make me cramp. If I eat a lot of greasy food, it flares it up. If I eat spicy food, it flares it up. Stress plays a big part. That's why when I heard about my uncle, I had to get off camera for a minute. I had to take a deep breath. And I'm like, wow. And I was just talking about him the other week. And but there's always something going on every day. Life is short. And you don't know when, you don't know where, guys. Really don't. We just have to keep continuing to live and take one day at a time. But I hope the information I have shared today have been helpful for the ones that didn't know what irritable bowel syndrome is. Irritable bowel syndrome has something to do with your intestine, and it's caused abdominal pain. Um, it feel like a menstrual cramp. When you having a lot of pain in your stomach, if you be bloated a lot, and if you stay constipated a lot, and if you just feel just real bad. I mean, just irritable. Don't hesitate to go to the doctor. Don't hesitate to see what's going on. A lot of time, Pepto-Bismol can't help you. Sometimes you have to use and get other things. Like I have to take medication for mine. I have took stuff like um, Pepto-Bismol, a lot of stuff for the stomach. This is like a chronic thing. So when you have chronic things, sometimes it takes medication to control it. So I don't have a whole lot of flare-ups unless I'm eating something that ain't got no business or I'm stressing. Once I start stressing, I can tell the difference because I start cramping and stuff. So I try to stay calm as much as I can, but I'm human. I'm human. Try not to get too upset about a lot of stuff. Oh, you talking about the antibiotics that you had like I did? Ooh, child, doing some terrible things. So they got you on you taking more medicine now? So I had to take that for relief and pain. Like right now, my stomach feeling a certain way now because I knew I had got a little bit upset because I just heard about my uncle and I wasn't expecting to hear that, but I knew that he wasn't doing well. And I've just been drinking on some lemon water today. Just lemon water, and it's certain things can help you with your gut health. That's why I like to drink a lot of lemon water, Miss Key. Cause it helps with your toxin in your stomach. And so I've been drinking on this for the last day or so. It helps detoxes. hmm So what y'all been doing today? You been working on your channel today, Miss Key? Y'all been working on the channel? Oh, it's gummy. Oh, okay. So what it do? It make your stomach help you from getting bloated, or what does it does? Help you feel? I mean, help you with cramps and stuff. So you got IBS, or you just got stomach issues? And like I was saying, everybody supposed to have a normal bowel movement. If you get where you don't have one, after a couple of days, you need to call your doctor or take the stool softener, or do something to relieve yourself, because you're supposed to be able to relieve yourself during at least once a day. At least once a day. Oh, okay. So you say you take us off a gut. Oh, okay. You just taking some vitamins. I mean, something like vitamins. You don't want no more of them antibiotics, do you? Me and you taking the same kind of antibiotic. You don't want no more of them, do you? I know I don't. See, I go back to my doctor next month for my stomach, right? And they gonna try to make sure the infection gone. But I took all my medicine. I took all my medicine, and I'm gonna tell him if he have to give me anything else, give me a shot. I don't like shots either, but I don't want to take no more of them old nasty pills no more. Them things they made me sickle. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah, that's why I do a lot of detox and drinking a lot. Now, water is the key to everything. Water helps. And you drink enough water, and if you drink warm water, you'll go to the bathroom too. You will go to the bathroom. So if you feel like you got some type of blockage or something stopping you from using the bathroom, get yourself checked out. Get yourself checked out. Sometimes you cannot hesitate on things like that. You cannot hesitate on things like that. So what everybody been doing today? But that's what I wanted to bring to y'all today, about IBS. And like I said, it's kind of like it is a chronic disorder, and it's something to do with your gut health. Like I said, it can be kind of embarrassing sometimes, especially when you feel like you're trying to enjoy yourself. And that's why I said when I travel, I can't eat certain food, like if I travel and I want to stop at McDonald's. uh If I try to eat something from McDonald's, and I can't eat that kind of stuff when I'm going someplace. Honey, it don't agree with me. It don't agree with me. That's why I gotta eat more fruits and fiber. I need to stick with the fruits and fiber. Now, don't get me wrong, I will eat some fast food, but I can't just. Some people that say they love fast food. I can't do it. I can't do it. My body won't let me do it. I think I had told you about that, Nikki, when we had went somewhere. I'm feeling all right. I'm a little sad about my uncle, but my stomach, it feeling okay. I done took all those antibiotics, and I go back next month for that. My knees are still flamed up. I gotta take a shot tomorrow. But yeah. I'm a little sad about by losing my uncle, but I'm okay. I just gotta like I said, Got to deal with it. Hmm. I hadn't seen him in a long time, but you know, I grew up around him. I grew up around him. Yeah. How you feeling? I know you've been going through some things. You feeling more and more like yourself? What you been doing today? You been working on your channel today? Hmm. Yeah, I'm fixing to go up there. Well, boosting I'm at now. I'm since I gotta go to the doctor, I probably stay up there till Friday. Keep from being on up and down the road, you know. Yeah. It been nice today. It been real nice today. Been real nice. And like I said, stress does trigger a lot. Stress trigger a lot. But we human guys. We are human, and you know, some things we can. There's a lot of things we should let go, and there are some things that we tend to. Uh, yeah, you should get your package by Saturday, Miss Key. I gotta do. What her name? I was trying to do y'all at the same time, but she just sent me her address to after I left the post office. I try to send hers off the weekend, but yours should get him by Saturday. And I see Sassy got her cup. Did y'all see the water bottle that Sassy had got from me? She had did a short video. Y'all check that out. She said she did receive it. So I just gotta send what to call hers, and that'll be it. And I got to still work on some things in my shop. I've been doing some aprons and some t-shirts and stuff like that. Anybody want to check those out in my shop? You know, I got these t-shirts here. They run like about 17, but with tax about 21. And you can put whatever you want on it. This right here just said IBS aprons, IBS awareness. I try to make shirts for everything that I'm sharing. I got one for mental health. I got one for breast cancer. I did the autism yesterday. I have one for Alzheimer. I got one. I try to get a shirt and advertise my shop while I be talking and sharing about the awareness. Yeah. I'm just checking YouTube out, see what's going on. But other than that, I feel okay. Just, you know, just taking it one day at a time, guys. One day at a time. If y'all missed the live stream yesterday, me and Young Riz, y'all can go back and watch it. I've been doing some shorts. Y'all can check out my shorts. Like I said, y'all know I've been working on my channel with the hours. I had lost my monetization last year. I lost my monetization April of 2024. And as of today, I'm down to 100 and some hours. I looked at my thing this morning. I'm like, what? And I said, I think those overnights and those overnight lives, they have been helping. They have been helping. So I know I did one on Monday, this past Monday. I'm gonna see what it do, what it come out in the next couple of days. I said by Friday, I'll see what the results will be. But those overnight lives, when those lives I run overnight, even though I don't be in the chat, it be people in your chat. I don't you be knowing. One time I peeped in there, I think I seen like 15 at one time. So overnight, people be up at that time of night. I'll be like, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all can hang around if you want to. But yeah, I'm gonna see how that be by Friday. Maybe I know for sure. But I know it showed like 159 hours short today. So I might be then got it after they get through calculating this week, but I won't know until the next few days. And when I see that dollar sign down there or get an email, but I'm not stressing and I have not stressed about it, you know. I see it'll be when it be. I just try to put out the content and keep it going. Let's see, tomorrow is Thursday. Let me see. I might just come on and share some more about stress awareness and some more stuff tomorrow. Yeah, but I know I got a doctor appointment first. I gotta do my doctor appointment. I gotta get my shots. I don't be liking to get them, but sometimes they do relieve me. Sometimes I did a short. Too many people weren't watching it. I gotta share it so I can be able to get some views on it. I shared it late. But yeah, seems like some of the shorts are getting some of my shorts seem to be getting views on them, and some of them don't. Y'all know how that go. But I appreciate the ones that do share me out. I appreciate the ones that do support me. It does helps out. So let me check some right quick. Well, I'm about to get off of here. If I can go and get my stuff together, I'm gonna get off of here in a few minutes. Uh, Here's certain foods with flare up IBS. What foods? I'm still here, y'all. Just looking. I already know it's dairy products and Reezy products. I might share my other snack this evening. Might put it in a short. Got another one I need to share. Foods, flare. I already had a list of food that I supposed to eat and don't eat. But I be hard headed, y'all. I be hard headed. So right here, they saying foods that trigger IBS. I'm gonna read it out to y'all. I know cheese one of them. I already know that. I know dairy products is one of them. Greasy food, spicy food. What did everybody have for dinner today? I did some baked chicken. I'm basically just baking right now. Food to avoid when you have IBS. Okay, these foods they said to avoid, and some of the food on this list I already knew about it, but I still like, okay, I'm gonna taste a little bit of it. Then I end up paying for it in the long run. But the majority of the food I try to stick with it. It is, whew, it ain't easy. This computer seems like it don't want to do right today. I had got my medicine today. I had to get a refill on my IBS medicine today. I had to take it. I get a monthly supply every month. Okay, right here they said food to avoid. Wow, I knew fried food. Fried food is the first one. I'm just naming some foods to avoid when you have IBS. Fried foods can wreck or interrupt digestion system, particularly for the individual with specific colon. High fat content is usually the main issue, making it crucial to avoid or limit consumption of foods such as French fries and chicken fingers. Lord, I be so hard headed. And when I eat that stuff, I pay for it. I'm telling you, I really do. To satisfy cravings for popular fast food, consider opting for baking or grill. Gotta stick with that bacon grill. I'm gonna show y'all. These are some of the foods they say if you're dealing with IBS, some of the foods to avoid. Look at them chicken fingers, French fries. Ooh, Lord of Jesus. Let's see. Dairy products. I already know that was, but dairy products is some of my weakness because I know cheese do not work with me, but I be want to have me just a little cheese. And if I eat enough of this stuff, if I eat cheese a lot, I'm gonna cramp up. I'm gonna cramp up, and I know I don't supposed to be eating it, but I be hard. It be like I just have to have a little bit. I just have to have a little bit. Hey, Vine, how you doing? Just talking about IBS, cause you know that's what I deal with, sweetie. I was talking about you today. I was saying we had a good chat over there on your chat today. And I was just talking about some of the foods that trigger IBS, which I already noticed, but sometimes I be hard headed and I end up paying for it. Dairy products, fried food. And this is just showing how IBS, it mess with your stomach, you get abdominal pain, have you bloated. And I take medication for it. That's why I was sharing it. April is IBS Awareness Month and Stress Awareness Month. So I just talked about both of them together because stress does cause a lot toward IBS. And like I said, I'm not a doctor or nurse or anything. I'm just a YouTube blogger. I speak on what I'm sharing from real life experience, but never ever take my word. Always consult your doctor if you're having any type of cramping in your stomach or any type of issues when it comes down to using your bathroom, with your bowel, anything to do with your digestion system. Please make sure you contact your doctor. Like I said, a lot of time, yeah, onions, all the stuff I like. I supposed to cut down on it, and then when I do eat it, I pay for it. I pay for it. Hey, Camilla, how you doing? I'm just talking about IBS, and that is called IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. And I also lost my uncle today too, y'all. While I was live, I got a call about my mom, brother died. So I'm a little sad, but I know God don't make mistakes because he was sickly, and but I will miss my uncle. Yeah, he passed away a couple of hours ago. You doing okay? I'm doing okay too. Just talking, just doing some awareness and sharing information. Cause a lot of people didn't know what IBS is. And see, I already have a list of food that I don't supposed to be eating. I'm supposed to eat more fiber. I don't supposed to be eating dairy products, fried food. But I tend to be hard headed. But I pay for it. That's why I have to get back focused. My son coming to pick me up. That sound like they him right now. That's why I try to get back focused on things because I don't like to hurt. And when my stomach started cramping, either I done ate something I ain't got no business, or I'm stressing. And I don't be want to stress about stuff. But like we was saying in the chat yesterday, we are human. You know what I'm saying? I won't sit here and say I don't stress, but I know it's not good for me. It's not good for none of us. Because it'll affect us mentally and physically. So fried food, dairy products, a lot of the processed food, like that my son right now. That's you, Junior. Get that bag right now. Get my bag. I got everything in the bag. Yeah. But I'm gonna do a part two. Hey y'all. How y'all doing? I got my IBS shirt. Anytime I do awareness, I'm sharing. I be promote my t-shirts too. This is IBS. Yesterday I was talking about autism. I have autism. Next month I'll be sharing about mental health, Every month I'm sharing something about awareness, mental health. Then in June we'll be talking about breast cancer. Every month I'll be sharing. And it be for information, educational. I'm not here to tell about it what to eat, what not to eat. Not nothing like that. It ain't like that with me. I just share it because that's what I like to talk about and on things that I have experienced. But I do thank everybody for coming over. I'm about to get ready to go. My son, he was like, Mom, you got everything ready? Because they know when I travel, I got to make sure I got everything, my medication, stuff I eat. Cause I'm going to see Boosie on Live Pride. I'm finna go see my girl. Cause when I go up there, I have to have my certain types of food and I have to have everything with me. Yeah. And yeah, do your own research. But yeah, when I found and when I found out I probably because I was moving around. I'm finna get ready to go out the door, but I'm still on though. Uh, how many of y'all didn't had a colonoscopy before? A colonoscopy tell you about your gut and everything. Julia, when you come out, get your package. You still got some stuff in that bathroom. I think I got everything. Yeah. I'm just going up there for a couple of days. I got a doctor appointment tomorrow. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Let me get my brace. Ooh, my leg hurts. I'm still here, y'all. Ooh. Y'all hear me grunt? What that thing at? I had it on my leg. I had ordered me another one. Trying to find the one that the doctor had gave me. What I'm telling me, there, huh? I'm still here, y'all. Still here. But yeah, how many of y'all have had a colonoscopy before? Now that one thing I do not like, for real. But it lets you know about your gut health. Yeah, I'm just going up there. I think I got everything. Yeah. What y'all been doing today? What everybody been doing today? Live Pride, you going live? Live Pride usually go live. She be walking and talking. She be doing her walking and talking. I be sitting and talking. I'm up now. But yeah, we finna, I think I got everything. Yeah, got my stuff. Get my bag. You better do something about that cold. Woo. I thought that cold had got better on you. It's hard having a cold in the it's rough having a cold this time of year, y'all. When you have a cold this time of year, it be rough. You know, with the air and cause you know we be Bingo, what you barking for? What you barking for, Bingo? My chillin' dog. He out here just barking. I can't take you with me. You can't go with me. I'm still here. What time you going live Pride? You already been? Have you already been? You already been live? Yeah, I'm not driving. I'm not driving. My son driving. I'm just sitting back. Oh, look, I done did my share of driving. I let the kid do the driving now. You know, like if I need to go to the store or just so, but off too far, I don't drive. As I done did my share. What y'all been doing today? Yeah. I was just saying, maybe by Friday I know how my hours are. I know right now I need 159 more hours, but you know, they be up and down. That's why I'm gonna give myself another few days. But once YouTube send me the email and tell me I got my 4K, I know. But y'all know, I'm not too far from it. 100 and some. Huh? Yeah. Good. It been rough. You know, I lost my monetization last year in April. Mm-hmm. Been about a year. But honey, I tell anybody, woo, it ain't easy. But you know, I did. All you have to do to get started is just send him a text. I know I'm about to turn this off. My son got his radio on. I'm about to turn this off. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm so. What round TNT? Hello. What she said? And shout out to my girl DJ Nessus for having the biggest show in the city. Oh, I am. Yeah, you two gonna be here. What you was saying? What's y'all? Yeah, I had lost my uncle earlier. You know, I lost my uncle today. You know, he stay he out of town, but you know, that was my mom brother would pass. Yeah, I'ma always do that, Frank. I'ma always do that. I was trying to see what TNT had said. Hello, Sister Girl. I'm so sorry. My phone was really acting up. I was just stressed out. Oh, I got your message though. I did get your message. But everything good. I gotta send it off another day because I was at the post office then, but you'll get it probably tomorrow. Because I was at the post office at the time when I was talking to you. Anyway, you guys, my son got the music on in his car, so I already been on 2 hours. Y'all just continue to keep my family in prayer. Like I said, that was my mama brother, who was still my uncle, and he had been sick for a while, but you know, y'all don't forget to check out Line Pride. She said she coming on in about an hour. I don't know who else coming live, but just continue to support one another and be there for each other. And thank y'all for tuning in. I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. Tell him I say hello. TNT said, hey, that's my baby right now, y'all. He dealing with a cold right now. It's rough having a cold this time of year. You been taking some? You sound a little bit better than what you was. It's all right, TNT. I did receive your message. It's fine. It's fine. Thanks everybody who have been watching and supporting. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all continue to have a blessed night. Stay encouraged and always stay prayed up. And until next time, bye bye.